Hello friends, and welcome. Here is a number that should get your attention. Enterprise spending on generative AI jumped from $11.5 billion in 2024 to $37 billion in 2025. That is more than triple in a single year, according to Menlo Ventures. And token usage is still climbing fast. So teams that wired everything to one expensive frontier model are watching their bills compound every month. The normal fix companies reach for is to cap access, set alerts, and slow engineers down. But in late June 2026, Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong posted a very different answer. He said Coinbase had cut its AI spend nearly in half, while token usage kept growing exponentially. The lever he used was not a spending cap. It was an LLM router. Let me show you exactly what that is. So what exactly is an LLM router? Think of it as a traffic controller that sits between your application and the model providers. Your app sends every request to the router first. The router reads the request, decides which model is the cheapest one capable of handling it, and forwards it there. A simple autocomplete or a quick summary goes to a small, cheap model. A complex multi-step reasoning task gets sent to a powerful frontier model. The key insight is that most requests do not need the most expensive model. If you are paying frontier prices for all of them, you are just leaving money on the table. The router also handles caching, so if the same question comes in again, it returns the stored answer and skips the model call entirely. One gateway, one endpoint, intelligent decisions on every single request. Now let us see exactly how Coinbase did it. Armstrong outlined 3 levers, all working inside an LLM gateway. Lever 1. Smarter defaults. The gateway routes engineers to open-weight models, specifically GLM 5.2 and Kimi-K 2.7, as the starting point. These are capable models that cost a fraction of a frontier subscription. Engineers can still choose a stronger model when the task calls for it, but the default is the cheaper option. Lever 2. Task-based routing. The gateway looks at each request and matches it to the cheapest model that can actually handle it. Routine tasks stay on the small models. Only genuinely complex work escalates to a frontier model. Lever 3. Caching. Coinbase pushed its cache hit rate from 5% to 60%. That means 60% of requests never even reached a model at all. The result: token usage grew, the bill shrank, and 91% of engineers never hit a usage cap. And coming up, we will break down the 3 routing strategies you can use to build this yourself. Alright, so Coinbase used all 3 of the main routing strategies at once. Let's break them down so you know which one fits which situation. The first is rule-based routing. The router checks each request against a set of keywords or patterns. If the message matches a simple pattern, it goes straight to the cheap model. This adds under 1 millisecond of overhead, so it is essentially free. Great when your request types are predictable. The second is a complexity classifier. A small machine learning model reads the request and scores how hard it is. Simple requests go to the small model, complex ones escalate to the frontier. The catch is a 50 to 100 millisecond overhead per request. The third is cascade routing. The cheap model answers first. If its output passes a quality check, you are done. If not, the request escalates automatically to the frontier model. Research on cascade routing has demonstrated cost reductions of up to 85%. More intelligence, but 2 sequential calls on the hard cases. Coming up, we will match each strategy to the right tool. Now let us match a strategy to a real tool. There are 3 strong options in 2026. First, LLM. It is an MIT-licensed, self-hosted proxy that unifies more than 100 providers behind a single endpoint. You get cost-based routing, caching with Redis, and spend tracking. Pick this when you want full control over your own infrastructure. Second, Portkey. In March 2026, Portkey released Gateway 2.0 as fully open source under Apache 2.0, opening its entire production feature set to self-hosters. That includes semantic caching, guardrails for PII redaction, and support for more than 1,600 models. It is the strongest pick for teams in regulated industries. Third, OpenRouter. This is the managed option. No servers to run. You get instant access to more than 300 models and pay per token, with no infrastructure overhead. Perfect for teams that want to start routing today without any ops burden. Each tool supports cascade and fallback patterns, so the strategy from the last slide works with all 3. Next, a practical checklist to get this running in your own stack. Here is the practical starting checklist. Step 1. Instrument before you optimize. You need to see which endpoints and request types are burning the most tokens. You cannot route what you cannot measure. Step 2. Route the easy stuff first. Pick your highest volume, simplest task, something like short summaries or autocomplete, and send it to a capable open-weight model. That single change often covers most of your bill. Step 3. Enable prompt caching at the gateway. Coinbase took its cache hit rate from 5% to 60%. Even a 30% hit rate meaningfully cuts costs. Step 4. Add a quality fallback chain. Define a simple check on the small model's output. If it fails, escalate to the frontier. You keep quality high without paying frontier prices for everything. Step 5. Review your model selection quarterly. Pricing in this space shifts fast, and new capable models arrive constantly. A routing layer that works today can work even harder in 3 months, with a quick refresh. That is the whole playbook. Start simple, measure everything, and layer in complexity as the savings justify it. Thanks for watching.